how to become her priority, not just another option. Let me ask you something. What if the reason you're not her priority has nothing to do with her and everything to do with how you're living your life? You keep trying to impress her, trying to fit into her world, and guess what? It doesn't work. You're ignored, you're avoided, you're treated like an option. Here's the truth. You don't need her approval. You need your own. Harsh? Maybe. But if you act like you're replaceable, you will be replaced. Now what if I told you there's a way to flip this whole script without playing games, without pretending, just by using a mindset that's been around for over 2,000 years? It's called Stoicism, the art of mastering your emotions, becoming untouchable, and putting yourself first. Because once you become the man you were meant to be, she'll be fighting to stay in your life. Today I'm going to share something that might change everything you've been taught about relationships. How to make sure you're always a priority, never just a backup plan. This isn't sugar-coated. This is for the men who are done being plan B. No tricks, no manipulation. We're diving deep into the psychology and philosophy that help you become the kind of man women don't just want, they respect. And here's the best part. You'll do it without chasing, without begging, and without changing yourself to please her. You've been lied to. They told you to be nice, be available, be agreeable, be everything for her. And where did that get you? Ignored, rejected, forgotten. It's time to stop being her option and start being her priority. And I'm not saying treat her badly, that's weak. What I'm saying is treat yourself better. Women don't want a guy who's always available. They want a man who lives his life on his terms. You know why? Because deep down they're wired to respect men who have self-control. Rule number 1. You're an option because you act like one. If you're always her backup plan, here's the brutal truth. It's because you let yourself be. She knows you'll be there no matter what. She knows if she cancels plans, ghosts you for days, or disappears and comes back, you'll still be waiting. You're not her priority because you don't treat yourself like one. Think about it. If you were truly valuable, would you accept that kind of behaviour? No. Men who know their worth don't wait around for someone who treats them like they're disposable. This isn't about her. This is about you giving away all your power. Always available, always trying, always ready to drop everything. You're not her man. You're her plan B. And here's the worst part. She knows it. She knows you'll accept the crumbs because you're afraid to lose her. But here's the truth. The moment she stopped respecting your time, you already lost. Women don't respect men who are always available. Respect comes from scarcity. When something is rare, it's valuable. You answer her messages in seconds. You're always the first to text, the first to call, the one who says yes to everything. But if you don't respect your time, why should she? If she's not making you a priority, show her that you have a life outside of her. When you do that, you'll stop being the maybe and become the man she's trying to chase. Rule number 2, the power of emotional detachment. Let's talk about one of the most powerful tools a man can develop in any relationship. Now, before you say, wait, I thought we were supposed to be emotionally available. Let me explain. Being emotionally available doesn't mean being soft, and being emotionally detached doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're no longer controlled by her behaviour. You're no longer a slave to her moods, her silence, or her games. Here's the hard truth. The moment she realises she can control your emotions, she owns you. If she can make you anxious, jealous, or desperate just by going cold, ignoring a text, or cancelling plans last minute, you've already lost. But when you learn to stay calm and grounded, when you stop reacting to every test or emotional swing, you take your power back. Picture this. You text her and suddenly she goes cold, no emojis, short replies, nothing like before. Most guys, they panic. They replay every message in their head, they start wondering what they did wrong. But you don't flinch. Why? Because you know her behaviour says more about her than it does about you. You stay calm, you stay focused, you don't chase. She doesn't reply? Fine. You've got things to do. She cancels plans? No big deal. You've got other options. Your happiness isn't tied to her response. That's what makes you magnetic. Women are drawn to emotional stability, and emotional detachment makes you the rock in a world of chaos. But here's the most important part. Emotional detachment isn't just about her, it's about you. When you stop chasing validation from women, you free up your mind to focus on what actually matters, your goals, your growth, your mission. Women naturally gravitate toward men who have purpose. A man with direction can't be controlled, and that makes you powerful in the best way possible. Rule number 3, set stoic boundaries that command respect. Here's the truth about boundaries. If you don't set them, she will. And guess what? Her boundaries won't serve you, they'll serve her, and you'll be left chasing her approval, playing by her rules. Most guys think setting boundaries means being rude or controlling. That's wrong. Setting boundaries is self-respect. It's how you communicate to the world and to her that your time, your energy, and your life matter. Let's say she texts you at 11 PM asking if you want to hang out last minute. If you drop everything and rush to her place, you've just told her that you're available on command. But if you respond with, "Tonight's not good, let's plan something for tomorrow," you've just drawn a line. That line says, "My time is valuable. I don't jump through hoops." And guess what? That kind of boundary earns respect. Here's what most men miss. Women will test your limits, not to hurt you, but to understand what they can get away with. If you let her walk all over you, she will. And once she loses respect, attraction is next. But boundaries aren't just about late night texts or last minute plans, they're about everything. You need to protect your time, your energy, your emotional investment. You need to know and make it clear what you will and will not tolerate. If you're dating a woman who's still exploring options, texting other guys while stringing you along, you don't sit back and hope she chooses you. You say, "I'm not interested in being one of many. Either we're exclusive or I'm gone." That's not drama, that's clarity. And if she doesn't respect that, you walk away. No begging, no fighting, just firm self-worth. Boundaries don't push people away, they filter out the ones who are never meant to stay. Rule number 4, actions speak louder than words. In today's dating world, most men talk way too much and do far too little. They spend hours texting, explaining, convincing her they're a good guy. They get stuck in this endless loop of trying to prove their worth with words. But here's the brutal truth. She doesn't care what you say, she cares what you do. You might think you're making progress by telling her how much you care, how serious you are, how you're different from other guys, but to her, it's just background noise. She's heard it all before. "I'm not like other guys. I really care about you. I want something real." Sound familiar? While you're pouring your heart out, she's thinking, "Let's see if he backs that up with action." This is what you need to understand. Words don't impress her, action does. You could write her a novel about your feelings, and it wouldn't mean half as much as consistently showing up with strength, clarity, and intent. When your actions speak louder than your mouth, you become the man she respects. You don't need to over-explain yourself. You don't need to win her with speeches. You lead with behavior, with calm, confident presence. Think about the kind of men women chase. Are they the ones blowing up her phone, showering her with compliments, begging for her attention? No, it's the ones who say little but follow through, the ones who stay grounded, focused, and consistent, the ones who don't seek approval because they live in alignment with who they are. Be that man, be the one who doesn't have to prove himself, because everything he does already speaks volumes. Rule number 5. Master the art of mystery. Here's a truth most men ignore. Women don't fantasize about the guy who's always available. They fantasize about the man they can't quite figure out. If she always knows what you're thinking, where you are, and what you're about to do, you become predictable. And predictable is forgettable. We live in a world where everyone overshares. Every thought, every feeling, every move posted online, texted in real time. But mystery is rare. And what's rare becomes valuable. I'm not saying you should lie to or play games, but I am saying stop being so easy to read. Predictability is the death of attraction, especially in the early stages. You know the guys who send good morning and good night texts every single day, who update her hourly on what they're doing? That's not romantic, it's smothering, it's boring. When you overwhelm her with attention, you kill the curiosity, and curiosity is the fuel of desire. Let's say she texts you, "Hey, what are you up to tonight?" Most guys immediately give her a full breakdown of their evening, hoping she'll join. But here's what you do instead. You say, "I've got a few things going on, might be out later, what about you?" Boom. You just flip the dynamic. Now she's wondering, what's he doing? Who's he with? You've created a gap, and that gap gets filled with her imagination. And that's powerful. When she's unsure, she thinks about you more. When she has to guess, you stay on her mind longer. That's the art of mystery. You want to be the man she can't quite pin down, the one she's curious about, the one she needs to figure out, because once she feels like she knows you completely, the chase dies. Attraction is built in the unknown. Don't smother it, feed it. Rule number 6, reclaim your time. One of the biggest mistakes men make in relationships, they rearrange their entire life to fit around hers. Let me be clear, a man who doesn't value his own time will never be valued by a woman. If you're always available, always waiting for her to call, always dropping your plans the second she texts, she'll take you for granted, and once that happens, you're done. See, in today's world, women are used to men who bend over backward just for a shot of their attention, guys who will cancel everything at a moment's notice just because she might want to hang out. But here's the truth. Women don't respect men who are always available. They respect men who are on their own path, men with goals, men with ambition, men who can say, I can't tonight, I've got plans. You have to show her that your time is just as valuable as hers, if not more, because the moment you treat your time like it's cheap, she will too. But when you put your life first, something amazing happens. She starts chasing your time. She starts realizing she can't just snap her fingers and expect you to show up. You're not on standby, you're building, you're growing, you're moving forward. That creates gravity. And here's the secret, you don't owe her constant availability. Let her earn your attention. Make her work for your presence. Because the truth is, a man who values his time is a man who women fight to keep. Rule number 7, the law of reciprocity. Here's where most men go wrong. You give her everything, your time, your attention, your energy, and what do you get in return? A few dry texts, maybe a busy excuse, or worse, she's still talking to other guys. Let me be honest with you, if you're giving your all and getting crumbs, you're not being loved, you're being used, and here's the kicker, it's your fault. You've taught her that this is okay, you've shown her you'll accept the bare minimum, so guess what, she keeps giving you exactly that. Here's what most guys don't understand, women are masters at managing effort. They know exactly how much energy to give to keep you around without giving you enough to feel secure. You think she's just busy, you think she needs time. Wrong, she's giving her best to someone else, someone she sees as a priority, and you're just convenient. It hurts, but it's the truth. Now here's what you need to do. Stop being okay with one-sided effort. If she's not matching your energy, pull back. Don't push harder, don't chase. Most guys think, she's slipping away so I need to try more. Wrong again. You don't fix imbalance by giving more, you fix it by giving less. Let her feel your absence, let her notice the change. And here's the beauty, if she cares, she'll step up. If she doesn't, she was never really there. Reciprocity is the foundation of real connection. You give and she gives back. If you're the only one investing, it's time to walk away. A woman who truly values you will never let you carry the weight of the relationship alone. So raise your standards, match energy and nothing less. Rule number 8, turn rejection into power. Most guys fall apart the moment they get rejected. She doesn't reply, she cancels a date, she disappears, and suddenly you're questioning your worth, your value, your entire existence. Stop. Rejection isn't the end, it's your greatest advantage. You might say, but I really liked her. It doesn't matter. Because if she didn't see your value, she was never yours to begin with. That's not your loss, it's hers. Here's the shift. Rejection doesn't break you, it reveals you. It shows you exactly where you need to grow, what you need to strengthen, and how to rise higher. Every time she walks away, you get clarity. Clarity on what you won't tolerate, and who's actually meant to be in your life. See, rejection isn't a reflection of your value, it's a redirection, away from someone who never truly appreciated you and towards someone who will. You're not supposed to win them all, and that's okay. Some women are chasing a different type of man, one they think fits their ideal right now. That doesn't mean you're lacking, it means you're not meant for her journey. Let her go, let her miss out. That's her burden, not yours. But here's the part most men miss. Rejection is feedback. Were you too available? Did you lack boundaries? Were you chasing too hard? Good, now you know. Use it. Grow from it. That's stoic thinking. You don't spiral, you analyze, you improve. Next time she disappears or says, I'm not ready, don't beg for closure, thank her. Yes, thank her. She just cleared your path for something better, something real, because the woman who rejects you today might be watching from the sidelines tomorrow, wishing she hadn't let you go. The best revenge is success. Level up. Grow stronger. Become undeniable. Rule number 9. Become her emotional anchor. Here's something most men don't understand. Women live in a world of emotion. Highs, lows, chaos, waves. And if you want to become irreplaceable in her life, you can't be another man lost in the storm. You have to become the calm in her chaos. The anchor when everything else feels unsteady. Most guys, they react. She gets emotional, they try to fix it. She gets cold, they chase. She pulls back, they panic. And worst of all, they get emotional too. That's the opposite of what she needs. She doesn't want another emotional roller coaster. She wants a man who stays grounded, no matter what. Here's the truth. Every woman is subconsciously searching for a man who stays calm in the storm. Why? Because her emotions fluctuate. Her mood shifts, her world spins fast. When you don't, when you stay centered, collected, she feels safe. She feels pulled in. She feels drawn to your stability. Picture this, she's upset. Other guys blow up her phone. They get needy. They try too hard to fix things. They crumble when she's distant. But you stay cool, unshaken, unmoved. You're not cold, you're composed. And that's your power. She'll start to realize, no matter what I'm going through, he's steady. And that's what makes you unforgettable. Because when every other guy gets lost in her waves, you become the one she swims back to. Not because you chased her, but because you never needed to. You became her anchor, and anchors don't drift. Rule number 10, the scarcity principle. Here's a cold truth. The more available you are, the less she values you. It might sting to hear, but if you truly want to become a priority in her life, you need to understand this rule of human nature. Think about it. If she knows you'll always be there, what reason does she have to fight for your time? Why would she feel urgency, effort, or desire if you've already handed her all of your attention for free? Attraction is built on scarcity, not availability. The guys women truly desire, they're busy, they're focused, they have purpose, and women have to fit into their world, not the other way around. But you text back instantly. You drop everything for her. You show up whenever she snaps her fingers. And what does that say? It tells her my time isn't valuable. And if your time isn't valuable to you, why should it be valuable to her? Now listen closely. You need to create distance. You need to create demand. You need to create scarcity. Don't be on call. Don't be predictable. Don't always be there. Because when you're constantly available, you kill the tension, the mystery, the pull. And here's what women with high standards truly want. A man who's not easily accessed, a man who's building something real, a man who respects his time and expects the same in return. When she has to work for your time, when she starts wondering what you're up to, that's when she starts putting you first. You flip the dynamic. Suddenly you're no longer chasing, she is. Because scarcity creates value, and value creates desire. If you want to be her priority, stop acting like an option. Stop handing out your time, energy, and attention to women who haven't earned it. Start respecting yourself, set boundaries, live on your terms. When you embrace the stoic mindset, when you stop reacting, when you value your time, when you demand mutual energy, you become the man she can't afford to lose. Not because you manipulated her emotions, but because you became the best version of you. This isn't a game. This isn't about control. It's about growth. It's about emotional mastery. It's about living a life so powerful that she wants to be part of it. This isn't a game because she, as I spoke, when you develop TAM, and I'll get to you the vices. If this message spoke to you, hit that subscribe button and consider joining our members only community. Your support helps us reach more men who need this message. Like, share, pass it on, and let's help more men become the priority they deserve to be.